The Will You Grow Show goes live Sundays 9 to 10 a.m. Eastern. To receive notifications, click the subscribe button beneath this video, or visit YouTube's Will You Grow channel to see more shows and videos. And now, here's Will You founder Angelique Medow with this week's Will You Grow Show.
Welcome to the Will You Grow Show. I'm Angelique, and I'm here to ignite your inner courage to release yourself from limitations. I'm the founder of Will You and WillYouGrow.com, an inspirational multimedia company that provides personal growth and joy through education, conversations, and adventures, like the one we're on today. This adventure is in South Carolina, and this is the last of our series of shows out in South Carolina for the summer. We're on Hunting Island. Think of the forest today, as you can see. Absolutely gorgeous, and I'll show you some shots of the marsh a little bit later. But I wanted to come to you today to talk with you about letting go to receive guidance. And when I say guidance, we're talking about intuitive guidance. Letting go to receive intuitive guidance. So why is that important? Why is letting go to receive intuitive guidance important? Well, I can say from my own experience that if it weren't for having let go of my own thinking that I knew what was best for me based on my past experience, I would never be out here on this gorgeous island today, and I never would have experienced the love and the joy and the excitement of the nature that I experience here. I wouldn't have met the great people and great friends. You know, all sorts of wonderful things have come to me through my receptivity to intuitive guidance. This is just one. It's a wonderful one at that. So it is important for us to be open so that we can experience new things, including intuitive guidance. So I wanted to come to you to talk about this topic today. One, because I believe that it's going to give you some of the most joyful experiences. It can also give you some safety if it's going to give you some guidance on some things you need to do to take care of yourself and your family. It can give you information about your nutrition. It really can give you information about anything. Now, where does this intuitive guidance come from? You know, we could name it any number of things, but what I choose to call it is intuition, guidance, source, wisdom, the intelligence that underlies all of the experience that we have here today, including our own bodies and life. We could call it God. Whatever you choose to call it, it's the source of information that makes our heart beat, makes our blood pump, makes our food digest, makes our hair grow. All of these things that we do not control. This source of information knows everything. And when we block ourselves off to it, we hold ourselves back from all the wonder and all of the amazing synchronistic experiences that I certainly would never want to live without. Now, I'm going to share with you 5 tips that I use to let go and to receive guidance. Now, there are, I'm sure, hundreds more tips that we could use, and we are being visited by a squirrel. So we'll stop to take a look. There he goes to have his snack. Can I hang out up there? You probably can't see him, but it's so cool. He's hanging upside down. He's hanging upside down. You see him? There he is. Isn't that awesome? Hanging upside down. Eating some strawberries. Yeah. Pretty fabulous. These are the kind of things you experience when you're with Angelique. You ought to come and meet us on a tour. Pretty fabulous, isn't it? So he hangs out and has his dinner. Yeah, you can see I fed him well. Went to a strawberry patch yesterday. Have a little adventure maybe about that. Went to a strawberry patch yesterday and picked an entire basket of strawberries, and I'm sharing with some of nature. So anyway, I'm going to share with you 5 tips that I use to receive intuitive guidance. Tip number one, be humble. Be humble. We talked about being humble in depth in our last show on last Sunday. So if you'd like more information about that, check it out. Now, why is it important to be humble? Because if we think we know everything, here, personally, if we think we know everything, there isn't any room for us to receive more information from elsewhere. Our door is closed to our intuitive guidance because we're looking within. Not within to the source of all of our information, but within to the thoughts, within to the experience of the past. So we need to be humble and recognize that, hey, if we don't even make our own heartbeat, we don't make our own food digest, all of these things are taken care of from the greater underlying source of intelligence, then we can open ourselves to becoming more able to receive the intuitive guidance. So step 1 was to be humble. Step 2 is to be open. To be open. So how can we become more open? Well, we took the first step of being humble, that's a start. Then we can just recognize and open our door a little farther by saying, I am open to receiving intuitive guidance. That's our affirmation. I am open to receiving intuitive guidance. We could say that affirmation many times a day or once a day in the morning before we got going for the rest of our day. So it's important to stay open. Number 3. Number 3 is that we can trust. We can trust. Now, trust isn't always easy to come by. We might have some issues to deal with before we can get to trust. We might have to forgive having judged life for doing us wrong in the past because we didn't understand. We might have to forgive ourselves for having done things that get in the way of us trusting ourselves as we listen and receive and act on intuitive guidance. So learning to trust is a process, and it's something that, takes time at times, and that's okay. But recognizing I open myself to trust is a step. So if we're not ready to say, I trust intuitive guidance, we can say, I open myself to being ready to trust intuitive guidance. And that is a step. Once we allow ourselves to even be open to it and to trust it, then we can take step number 4, which is to ask. We can ask intuitive guidance. We can ask for any information we wish, or if we'd like to just leave it open, since we don't know what we don't know. That's my favorite. I don't know what I don't know, so I might as well ask this question to intuitive guidance. I ask, what do I need to know? And I might amend that by saying, what do I need to know today? Or what do I need to know right now? And then I listen. Sometimes I receive the information immediately, and sometimes it might take a while. Days, weeks, months, or even in some cases years. But the information does come. It can come in signs, signals, thoughts, words, things we hear. These are all types of claircognizance, clairvoyance, clairsentience, things like that. And remember, each time you receive information from guidance, it's going to come peacefully. That's the difference between, for example, claircognizance, which is clear thinking, when you have a thought just drop in and it's peaceful and it gives you guidance and you know that this is right, versus thinking about something, which is doubt, which is cyclical, which is never-ending kind of process of considering the options and never knowing for sure if you've weighed them out properly or if you have enough information, because you can't. There's always more information. Number 5 can sometimes take the most work, but it's definitely worth it. Number 5 is focus on where we're going. Focus on where we're going. Where we're going is, for example, this affirmation. I'm excited about what intuition is teaching me. I am excited about what intuition is teaching me. That's focusing on where we're going, what we're excited about, what we're looking forward to. What we might do by habit is to focus on what we're letting go of. And that's hard. For example, it might even be difficult to let go or say goodbye to a loved one when we hug them and leave after a visit. Or, for example, for me, when I come and visit South Carolina, it's not always easy for me to let go because I love it. But we need to focus on what we're looking forward to. We need to focus on where we're going. And there are lots of things that I'm looking forward to that we are going towards as well. We'll talk about more in that regard later, especially the Ancient Lore Village Love Nature Tours, which I'm leading and very excited about. We'll tap into our inner resources and get more connected to that intuitive guidance and learn to listen to messages from nature. For today, I'd like to wrap up this show by asking you the ever-present question. Will you allow yourself to let go of your limitations of control, your limitations of safety, of always thinking you know what's best based on your past? And will you allow yourself to receive intuitive guidance? No one can do this for you. And when you do, you will find that you don't need to lean on others to receive information. Lean on someone else or on research or on your own thinking to get you to the answers that are ever present here in life. You will find that you can just be with others and love them rather than leaning on them for guidance for you. So today I send you off always with love from Angelique.
You can heal with words, ease anxiety, create peace, hope, and love within with these elegant new hardcover affirmations books, card decks, and journals by Angelique Medow, founder of Will You and WillYouGrow.com. Join us on tour to meet Angelique as she shares hands-on tips to inner peace and harmony by integrating the affirmations books, card decks, and journals into your health and happiness lifestyle.
I love getting to spend time with Angelique, and especially learning how to use the wonderful tools that she's created. I've been using them at home and taking the time to spend 5 minutes just to focus on whatever card I drew for the day. And it has given me some peace and space to just get calm. And then to spend some time with her today and learn even more about how to use these cards and to journal about these experiences. It's just even more fulfilling because she's such a sweet soul and makes it okay even when I feel frustration or I feel conflict. And she helps me see that this whole purpose of my life, no matter when I'm struggling or frustrated or angry or not happy and joyful and blissful, that all of that is still okay and that it's all for a reason. Using these cards, even without her with me, she'll still be there in those cards. Now that I know how best to use them and truly feel them, I have confidence that I am going to be so blessed. And I'm so grateful.
Give your loved ones the gift of a smile, reassurance, confidence, joy. Add fun to your own life journey, knowing your purchase supports environmental charities. Affirmations card decks give surprise, clarity, ease, insight, and delight. Be affirmed with affirmations from Angelique, the founder of inspirational multimedia company Will You. Easy, meaningful, beautiful. Available at WillYouGrow.com and Amazon.com. For more information about programs offered by Will You, mentoring with Angelique, and to watch video success stories from clients, explore WillYouGrow.com. If you or your company are interested in inspiring our mutual audience by sponsoring this or another of our programs, let's talk about it. Boost viewer confidence and trust in your company. Call 1-833-WILL-YOU, then press extension number 6. Make sure to click the subscribe button to get reminders before upcoming shows.